Hello and welcome to LifeAdmin365 and welcome to today's video. Today's video isn't about meal planning and prepping, but instead I'm sharing a few meals that I enjoyed at my brother-in-law and sister-in-law's home in California and a quick glimpse of my week after returning from California. It's day one here in California for me and I was up way early considering that my body was still on East Coast time. And the first thing I did was prepare coffee. Not the typical brewed coffee that I make at home, but a frothy coffee. I put water for heating on stove and to my coffee cup I added heavy whipping cream and instant coffee powder. Whisked it with electric frother until it became foamy and almost doubled in its volume. Added boiling water to the frothy mixture and it ended up looking like the one you would get at a coffee shop. I was in awe of myself for being able to make something this cool, and I was a little bit hesitant to drink it, wanted to admire it for a long time, or at least until it was cool enough for me to drink it without burning my tongue. This became my favorite way to drink coffee while I was here. My first day here was a Thursday, and since it was my fasting day, my mother-in-law made Sabudana Khicahdi for me for lunch. She had soaked Sabudana first thing in morning so that by lunchtime it was ready to be turned into Khicahdi. Method of preparation is the same that I shared in one of my earlier videos. I am sharing that link in the card above and in the description box below. So do check out that video for detailed description of preparing Sabudana Khicahdi. By the time lunch was eaten and cleaning done, it was almost dinner time in NJ. I checked on kids to find out how their day went and to make sure that they were eating on time. Melinda was out for dinner meeting, so I wanted to ensure that kids weren't eating snacks for dinner and were actually eating the food that I had prepared before leaving for California. Tonight's dinner was made by my sister-in-law Prachi. She was making potatoes, long beans bhaji and amti. Once tadka of cumin seeds, mustard seeds, turmeric and hing was prepared in hot oil, in went peeled and chopped potatoes. Sauteed them for good 2 to 3 minutes or until they were halfway cooked. Then added trimmed and cut up long beans. My mother-in-law and I had cleaned up and prepared these beans sometimes after lunch and they were ready for her to be prepared into sabzi. Mix these well with potatoes along with the tadka. Cooked uncovered for 5 to 6 minutes. During this time, my mother-in-law started roti maker machine for preparing rotis. My sister-in-law has been using this machine for over 6 years and it has definitely made her life much easy. While the rotis made are not as soft as the ones made by hand, they're pretty decent when eaten immediately and smeared with little bit of ghee. With rotis happening on the side, my sister-in-law started preparing tadka for amti. To hot oil, first added half teaspoon mustard seeds and when they started jumping, added in 1 teaspoon cumin seeds. Then turned down the heat and added 5 to 6 curry leaves and fresh slit red chilies and held cover over the pan to prevent splatters all over the stove and counter. When cracking subsided, added 1/4 teaspoon turmeric and 1/4 teaspoon hing and swirl the pan contents to mix everything well. Then added pressure cooked mashed tur dal to the tadka, 3 to 4 pieces of amsul, jaggery and salt per taste and grated fresh coconut. Brought everything to a boil and lastly added in chopped cilantro. Then she went back to sabzi which was cooking on the other burner. Added jaggery and salt per taste and gave everything a good mix. As rotis were coming out of the roti maker, my mother-in-law was placing them in the container and lightly smearing them with ghee. On one of the other burners, there was water heating up in the pot for making jawar roti dough. Going back to sabzi once more. Turned off heat, added chopped cilantro and it was ready. Time to prepare jawar rotis. Jawar roti dough got prepared in no time. Boiled half a cup of water, turned off heat and added 1/4 teaspoon salt to it and then added half a cup jawar flour and covered and kept it aside for 10 minutes. My mother-in-law prepared 3 small-sized jawar rotis. My sister-in-law prefers jawar roti over regular wheat roti and those were for her. These were also lightly smeared with ghee to keep them soft and pliable. And in no time, the table was set with foods and plates and water and everyone was ready to sit down and have dinner. Freshly made rice, bhaji, amti, rotis, both wheat and jawar. Friday was a very busy day for all of us. My brother-in-law and sister-in-law were busy with their work, and I was busy finishing up my YouTube video, and I didn't get a chance to record anything. Saturday was a super busy day as well, but a fantastic one for all of us. It was my sister-in-law's engagement day, and I was supposed to speak a few words for her and also be something like an MC for the event. While I'm getting better at my voiceovers, I've never said anything in front of the camera for more than a minute. So I was a bit scared and felt unprepared, especially since the entire event was being broadcasted on Zoom for families on both the sides in India. But thank Bappa that everything went smoothly and without any drama. On our way back from the venue, we picked up food from Amy's kitchen to eat at home. It's the same Amy's that sells vegetarian, vegan, frozen meals all across United States supermarkets. I always have Amy's kitchen on my to-dine list when visiting Cali. I love their chili cheese fries, Amy's burgers, the Amy, and their sweet potato fries. Yum. On to Sunday. It was a relaxing, lazy day for us, especially myself. I was treated to the most delicious pohe made by Prati. While I always make pohe with potatoes, she almost always skips adding them. Plus, she rarely preps anything in advance, unlike me, who almost has everything prepared and ready to go. In so many ways, we are the opposites of each other, and yet each one of us understands and appreciates that the way we do things are the way that works best for our family's lifestyles. Going back to pohe, fried peanuts in oil, and when golden brown, took them out. Prepared tadka in the same oil. To hot oil, added mustard seeds and cumin seeds, then green chilies and curry leaves, followed by turmeric and hing, and turned heat to low. Then went in finely chopped onions, sauteed them until they were pink brown. In that time, chaha was being prepared. To heating water, added sugar, masala tea powder, and grated ginger, and brought it to a gentle boil. Checked on sauteing onions, and to it added salt. And once they had reached the desired doneness, added little bit of sugar and 3 cups of soaked and drained pohe. Mixed pohe with masala until everything was thoroughly combined. Lowered heat and covered and let it sit for a few minutes. Uncovered, added lemon juice, fried peanuts, and gave everything a thorough mix. Added rinsed and chopped cilantro to the pohe. Covered once more and let it sit for a few minutes on low heat. Uncovered, mixed once more, and they were ready to be served. By this time, chaha was also gently boiling, and to it added milk, stirred it well, and brought it to a gentle boil once more. Once ready, strained it out in cups, and it was ready to be sipped piping hot. All of us sat around the table enjoying garam garam pohe and chaha, and me with my pohe and frothy coffee. Not a chai person at all. Maybe green tea or cold tea, but never chai. I don't know why. Anyways, for lunch, it was piping hot Matki Usal made by yours truly, Mua. That's me. I have shared Usal recipe several times on my channel, sharing one of those links here, so do check it out for details. Then we have very hot onion garlic saag bhaji made by my mother-in-law, rice, roti maker rotis for all of us, and jawar bhakri for my sister-in-law. And something special, ras, which was a combined effort of my brother-in-law and father-in-law. Enjoyed a delicious and filling lunch with family, with plenty of stories to go around the table. Since lunch was such an hearty affair, dinner was on the lighter side. It was masala khichdi prepared by my brother-in-law. Top the khichdi with a big spoonful of ghee, and then a couple of large spoonfuls of onion tomato koshimber prepared in yogurt, and lastly lemon pickle crush. Another satisfying meal with family around the table. It was day of departure and I had mixed feelings. Had leftover sweet potato fries along with my frothy instant coffee for a late breakfast, and after a small lunch of leftovers headed for airport. My brother-in-law gifted me lounge pass, which made the 3 hours of wait at airport very comfortable. I had a hearty early dinner of minestrone soup with crackers and cheese, veggies, and then another half of a quinoa wrap with a side of chips and brownie. Then there was a half an hour layover of flight in Las Vegas, after which it was back to New Jersey. 4 fun and relaxing days were gone in a blink of an eye, and it was time to get back to my usual routine. Meals for the rest of the week were simple grilled cheese sandwiches, leftovers from the bulk meal prep, Maggi noodles, pasta, or frozen paratha. Only fresh food that I prepared was the sweet potato hash for my Thursday's fast. I had got so used to getting hot, freshly prepared food and served to me that getting back to cooking once more felt like a daunting task. Sooner or later, I have to get to it, but for now, I'm relying on the leftovers of my bulk meal prep. Ended the week on a happy note. Saturday evening, celebrated my friend's birthday at Gregory's Coffee. Nice cozy place and celebrations without too much fanfare. Just friends hanging out together and having a good time. Sunday brunch was one of our favorite places in Jersey City called Saptagiri. With a large plate full of delicious South Indian food along with chole bhatures and of course filter coffee in stainless steel pela. So filling and satisfying. It was end of the break week and by now I was mentally prepared to do my own cooking, did Indian groceries and stocked up on all essential pantry and fridge and freezer supplies, and I'm ready for the upcoming week. And that brings me to end of another week in June of 2022. I hope you enjoyed watching today's video and got some value from it. Give this video a big thumbs up and leave comments for me in the section below. Your likes help with the YouTube algorithm and helps me grow my channel. And if you haven't done so already, please subscribe to my channel, LifeAdmin365, for more meal planning, meal prepping, and recipe videos. See you all in the next one.